friends. As promised, I am recording today a video on my experience with autism since my elder son has Asperger's syndrome. He was diagnosed as PDD-NOS, which is pervasive development disorder, not otherwise specified. Autism, it is very low in the autism spectrum, and I'll let you know about him as I go on. But first, I want to share with you two things just came today. This two I got. My brother gifted me a gift voucher from Amazon, as last month was my birthday. So I got these two things. This is a Kaya Daily Pore Minimizing Toner and a Face Finity All Day Primer from Kiss Beauty. I'm really interested to using them. So let's keep that aside, and now let me go to the topic of the day, which is autism. The first thing that I like to share is that autism is not a disease. Like, if your child is autistic, it is something he has to learn to live with. He can't outgrow it. He can't be, cured of it. Nobody can cure autism, because autism is a neurological problem. As far as I understood, and as far as just a minute, let me mute my mobile's notification. Yeah. So as I was saying, as far as I have my personal research has led me, and I may be wrong. I'm just saying this is what I know. I may be wrong, I may be right, but the people who have autism, they lack certain brain neurons. Neurons that help a person to understand a situation. He helps a person to connect with another person. Most importantly, it helps a person to read what the other person is trying to do or trying to tell, and then respond accordingly. We are a social animal. Now, being a social animal, we need to have this capacity of empathy, but autistic children lack that. That is the first thing. So the first question I get asked and is, when did I notice that my son, and why did I go for him to testing? Being a new mother, obviously I was a very bookish mother. I had books on child rearing and everything, and I kind of kept, those they had this milestones, like now your son is supposed to walk, now your child is supposed to crawl, and those things. And my son was going like tick tick tick. In fact, he started walking when he was 9 months old. Like, there was this child. I used to stay in Sikkim that time, in my husband's colony posting, and there was this another child. She was 15 years older than him, and she hadn't started walking properly even by her first birthday. So okay, my son was like, but as the first birthday went off, and this other child, she started talking, and she started saying word. I could see that my son was not talking. That was the first thing. He was just not talking. If he needed something, he could point me to it. If he kind of, he could pull me to the place and tell me, I needed that point, I needed that. And everybody, from my parents, from the relatives, all said, oh, girls talk faster, boys talk later, girls talk faster. He will talk, don't worry, everything. I okay, fine. Other thing that kind of, somewhere a mother knows, I think, somewhere a mother understands that there is an issue with the child, is that my son never liked to be cuddled. Not even as a child, he never liked to be cuddled. You cuddle him, he could start crying. Another thing, he never looked at your eyes. When I'm trying to interact with him, or he never looked at my eyes. He used to look like this or like this. There was no eye contact. Even when he was playing with this child I'm not talking about, and then there was another child in the building who was 3 months younger than him. Now all three of them used to play, but my son used to just play in his own world. He never interacted with them while they were playing. And another thing, he never had any fear of strangers. He could go anywhere, he could like walk up to anybody. So by second year, when he was 2 or 2.5 years, this non-verbal thing kind of improved to, he was now repeating backwards. For example, don't mind my cold. For example, my husband used to call me by my name. So instead of calling me mother, he started calling me Choitai, which is like, my name is Choitali. He couldn't pronounce it full. He used to say Choitai. And then when he was like, he got potty trained very well. By his 12th, 13th or 14th month, he used to sit in the commode and do his things and everything. But as we know, like Indians, we don't kind of use toilet papers, and we use the bidet and everything. So I used to tell him that, are you finished? Are you finished? In Bengali, are you finished? So instead of telling me that yes, I am done, he used to repeat that. He used to repeat that. That was another thing. Like, he used to repeat things. He just didn't speak in that sense, like communicated. He just repeated things. So when he was about, I think 3, I kind of, you can say, it was I took him to a psychiatrist. Yeah, I think I took him to a psychiatrist, and the advice she gave was, give your son to take your son to admit him to a primary school, and his speech will come, and he will start talking. There is nothing wrong in it. And naturally everybody was mad at me, that why did I take a child to a psychiatrist, because as you know, psychiatrists are mad people doctor. I'm telling you, mental issues, all mad people. Like, that's the biggest problem with us Indians. We don't consider mental issues as a issue. It's like, put it under the cover, put it under the cover. That's all. Anyway, I'm digressing. So I by the time I shifted to Calcutta, because my husband was posted in a remote place, and I was like pregnant with my younger son, and I gave him to a local pre-primary school, and there also he did not communicate well. He did not answer in class. He was in his own way. And another thing, he was very restless. Like, he was not naughty, he just like didn't listen to any command. In a way, he was in his own world always. And so in November, my younger son was born, and in December I took him to his child specialist for immunization purpose. And since I didn't have any kind of person to, I couldn't leave him with anybody. Like, nobody could handle him. I had to take him with me. And the doctor saw him, and the first thing he said, have you ever got your son tested? I said, no. I went to a psychiatrist, and he said, then he gave me this name of this doctor. He used to sit in Apollo. I used to sit in Kolkata. He stayed in Apollo Hospital. Apollo Hospital. And again, I keep forgetting the name of the doctor. Anyway, he was a developmental pediatrician. So this is my first thing, like tip or information. If you think that your child is not showing the proper skill set that is like a milestone for his age group, especially if his emotional development is not matching his age development and motor skill developments, then try to find a developmental pediatrician. They are a specialized pediatrician. Pediatrician anyway are specialized doctors. Developmental pediatricians are more specialized. So I took him with my father. I took him to Apollo. He got an appointment in the morning. He took him aside, and we were outside. And there are like certain tests you undergo to determine, and he determined everything, and he gave me the diagnosis is that no, he didn't give me the diagnosis then. He said he needs to do 2 more tests on him, and those for that test, it's not don't get worried, it's no you can say all of it are mental, like they are shown pictures, they ask question, nothing physical. So so he asked us to again to come to another Apollo location in the afternoon, because those test equipments were there. So we took him to the, which like other end of Calcutta. Other end of Calcutta, we took him there, and all the tests were done. If that day he also he gave us me a report, and is that physically he was 4 years and certain days old in January or December, yeah. But his motor like language and everything was of a 3-year-old. And his, most importantly, his emotional maturity of was best as 2.5. And he advised me to get see him a psychologist and therapist. For that, the best option in Calcutta is Monobikash Kendra, which is near Ruby Park. There again we went, we registered, and a whole day with all different therapists and psychologists, all they tested him, and the was diagnosed as PDD NOS. And he was given 3 or 4 PDD NOS and little non-verbal, and he was given 3 or 4 classes. First was for his social issues, like how to interact, like these things come naturally to us. As a child, we see elders and we learn how to interact. But children who are in the autism spectrum, they can't do that on their own. They have to be taught how to interact. They will inevitably say wrong words. They will inevitably not behave as we know, as we are supposed to behave in a society. And that is what they have to learn. Yeah, so that was given for he was very hyperactive, so he was given classes to kind of control his hyperactivity, and of course speech therapist and special educator to help him learn language and those things. I remember those were like dark days. My son, this primary school that I went to meet him, I had by the time decided him not to continue another year there, because he had by that time he had not continued there, because he had by that time I had applied for in I think in nursery of APJ school in Calcutta, and he had gotten through. So I went to tell him that, and he was telling about another child, and the thing is that he is also a little dumb like your child is, and it was like, it hurt me. I even today when I think about it, when I remember his thing, like how can a educator, like he's supposed to be the principal of that school, just dismiss a child? I was like shocked at his ignorance and everything. I was telling him that my child has been diagnosed and everything. Anyway, so I used to take him every day, 3 days in a week to this, not every day, 3 days in a week to Monobikash Kendra for his different classes. I used to keep my younger child was like 2 or 3 months old, and I literally kind of prioritized my older child over my younger child. I pumped I exclusively breastfed him till he was 6 months old. I used to pump my breast milk, I keep it in the fridge, and there was this my home housekeeper, you can say, or caretaker, you can say, she used to look after him, used to kind of form that milk. I know how that is. Anyway, so then the psychologist who was seeing him, she suggested a nearby school. It was a school for special needs student like my son. It was a special needs school for special needs students like my son, and it was very near to my home. So I got him admitted there. The name of the school is Kishalaya. If you are from Calcutta, you will know the place. It's near the Shambazar metro station, near the college, Bongobashi, I think. I don't remember frankly the college name. It's like, if you want to know any more, like anybody seeing this video and want to know more about that school, please send me an email, or if you follow me on Instagram, DM me, I'll let you know the details. 2 years my son studied in that school, and in 2 years he improved a lot. A lot means a lot. He started talking because there was a regular speech therapist. He started learning how to behave in a class. He learned his alphabets. One thing you can say I'm blessed in a way is that his IQ level was as good as a normal child, or touch wood, a little better than a normal child of his age. So that is one thing I I'm really thankful about, because I won't I'll confess that I've seen parents in Monovikash Kendro, and I feel bad saying it, but seeing their child and my child, I felt that I was in a better position than they were. I shouldn't say, I know I shouldn't say things like that, but children who are much higher in the autism spectrum, being a parent of such a child is difficult. And if you don't have a family support, if you don't have a good information or knowledge on what you are dealing with, it's going to be a problem. So to cut a long story short, those 2 years changed my son's life, and when he was 6 years old, I admitted him to APJ School, Park Street. The principal, Mrs. Rita Chatterjee, I can never be more thankful to her than anybody else, and his special educator, Shoma Banerjee. When the interview came, the parent and child interview, I straightway told Mrs. Chatterjee that my son is a special needs student, and I am admitting him to your school because you have a special educator. That's why I looked for I had two criteria when I selected school. It has to be a CBSE school, and there has to be a special educator. So there's a second tip for anyone listening or seeing this video and have a child who is ready to go to regular school. Go for a school that has CBSE board. Why? Because CBSE board is most friendly. Till class 3, they don't have any exams, and their load of studying is much less than at least ICC and West Bengal board. Third, their way of teaching, and they depend more on visual and on projects. Like a child does not have to just read the book and then vomit things on the paper and get good marks. You have to do your project. You have to really know your subject. This is 2-3 things good about CBSE, and I'll tell you the others later on. And the school must have a special educator. If a school, if you go to a school, when researching a school, if you see that the school has a special educator, you will know you have a very good chance that the school will accept your child. And another thing, be honest. Don't hide that your child has been diagnosed, because if you submit those papers and everything, your child will get the help from day one. Like on the day one, my child came with a note from the school psychologist that we need to talk. And when I went to APJ to talk to the psychologist, who again was a very good help, she was like, I don't know how to tell you, but your child. I said, yeah, I know my child is, he is in pediatrics. She was relieved. Oh, thank God. Oh, you have tested him. You know his issues. I said, yeah, which is why I give it to your school. Oh, thank God. You don't know how parents are. They don't want to agree. They don't want to believe that child has an issue. This is another big thing. Don't ignore. Like if your child is having issues studying, if his child is having issues learning his alphabets, don't punish him. Don't force him. Saying that he's a naughty boy, is not interested in learning. It's not that. They can't learn. They can't help it. So please seek help. Please seek help. There is no shame in seeking help for your child. It will help him in the long run. If you don't, it will scare him forever. So that is that. He studied there till class 6. Yeah, we shifted here. Yeah, class 6. After then we shifted here in Shiliguri, and again in DPS school. Thank you to this school. Fantastic. The principal is really good, and the special educator, she goes way beyond her in helping both my sons, because I'll tell you later my younger son has been diagnosed as dyslexic. Anyway, so that's my story of my journey of uh, working with a child within the autism spectrum. It's not been an easy journey, and it's not going to be easy further. Today he is just like any other teenager. He likes his video games. He can't live without his video games, but he is different than others. For example, he doesn't understand jokes. He doesn't understand sarcasm. Today, when he became much more verbal, when he was in class 4 and 5, we again kind of tested him with the same psychologist, and she was so happy to see him progress. Like he said, a PDD-NOS child becoming so much verbal is rare. Your child has shown massive improvement, and he has been kind of re-categorized or re-diagnosed as having Asperger's syndrome. The best example of Asperger's syndrome is the character of Shah Rukh Khan from My Name is Khan. Anyway, so the issues with my sons now is that, first thing, he hates changes. Ask him to do something new and you're going to have a battle in your hand. Like, ask him to try some new food, ask him to try a new thing, and it's going to be a battle, because children in autism spectrum, they can't handle change. Give him a structured life, tell him like, so and so you're supposed to study, so and so you're supposed, they will do very well in a regimented format. But like, give him any flexibility, change his routine, ask him to do something different at that time, he is going to throw a tantrum. My son does that in regular basis. So again, as I said, they have issues with working with peer groups, and teenagers, we were teenagers and we were little, hard on people who are a bit different. I don't deny it, most of us were, and that is the biggest fear with my son. Like, he will be bullied, he will be teased, he gets teased and bullied every day, but his boss and his teachers, since they know him, they help him out. He can't understand teasing, he can't understand sarcasm or humor or things like that. He just don't get the cue, like whether the person is telling a lie, whether the person is telling a truth. Like, if you tell him that I will let you have this, so you have to do that when that time comes. He won't understand any flexibility. If for some reason you can't do that at that time, he will be very upset with you. Like, why? Because he can't understand lies, in a way you can say. He can't understand accommodating to a thing. That's the issue. But that is what sets him apart from the boys of his age. He is very honest in that way. If I can tell him, even if he's trying to lie, I can tell him very well that whether it's lie. I said, really? Did this really happen? And he will confess. So in a way, being a teenage son's mom, I'm lucky in that way that he's not going, or like, he's not behaving as teenage boys are supposed to behave. So right now he's in class 9, and why I asked for CBSE is that CBSE allows you, special needs student, for any exam to sit in another class and give exam, which is why I recommend CBSE board for a child in autism spectrum. Secondly, they will be given extra hours in the board exam, which is very important for them, because they tend to dwindle, they tend to go off track, since they will, and most probably they will be allowed to sit separate with a special educator while giving an exam. So if your child is in a CBSE school already, make sure you have his reports and everything ready. We are planning to go and get him tested. This time we are going to Calcutta, so that you submit it by class 9 or 8 or 9, so that by the time the board exam comes, he is ready. Anyway, this whole video has become quite long. I think I'll make another part where I have been asked 3 or 4 questions. In the second video, I'll try to answer them. If you have any question regarding what you heard today, like autism, like how to handle it, please write it in the comment. If you are not what do you say comfortable enough writing it in comment in your name, you can DM me in Instagram, or you can send me an email. I'll be linking my writing down my email below. Just contact me and I'll try to answer it as far as I can. Please spread the information about autism. Many a child's life will be saved if their parents look into why a child is behaving in a particular way and not dismiss it. That, oh, my child is naughty, oh, my child is hyperactive, oh, they will become talkative when they go to school. Please don't ignore these things. Early intervention is the best way to deal the child's autism problem. Autistic child's best help is getting early intervention. 2.5, 3. That's the year. That's the age they should have therapies. They should start going to a therapist and behavioral therapist, occupational therapist, speech therapist if he is non-verbal. And your child will have a good future. Yes, he may not be the next like this very social and very talkative child like your neighbor's child is, but he will be a unique child in his own way. I hope this my little story helps at least someone out there, and by that saying that, bye. Thanks for watching.